If you think being an IGL is just about yelling rotate now or saying where to land, you're already doing it wrong. Being a real IGL, like a good one, is about controlling the chaos. It's about knowing what's going to happen before it actually happens and being that one person your teammates trust to make the right call even when things are going completely sideways. And with how crazy Chapter 6 Season 3 is right now, with all the new POIs, rotations, and how fast everything moves and the updates, you need to be on top of your game if you want to lead your team to wins. So in this video, I'm breaking it all down, from map knowledge and rotates to how to stay calm and lead endgame tunnels without panicking. If you're trying to be the best IGL this season, this is literally everything you need to know. So first off, if you want to be an IGL, you gotta understand your job. You're not just the smart one who takes a drop. You're the brain of the whole squad. Like when things get intense, you're the one who holds it together. You're making all the big decisions, where to land, where to rotate, when to fight, how to take surge, when to go for height, how to build tunnels, all of it. You don't need to be the guy dropping 15 kills every game, but you need to be the one who always knows what's going on and what to do next. And yes, that also means keeping your teammates focused. If someone gets mad or dies early, you can't tilt with them. You gotta be the calm one. The guy who's like, we're still good, just play slow. That is what real IGLs do. They lead with confidence, even when things aren't perfect. Alright, this season's map is wild. Some POIs are new, others got changed, and rotations feel way different than before. If you're gonna lead your team, you need to know every inch of the map. I'm talking chest routes, storm surge spots, rotation paths, and even which teams land near you. Like if you're landing at one location, you should already know exactly how you're looting, what direction you're rotating, and where the metal is, and where the storm surge opportunities are. That stuff needs to be automatic. But it's not just about your own drop. You need to learn what other teams around you are doing too. Like if there's a team that always rotates late from the west, you can either fight them or rotate before them. Knowing who's near you and what they're going to do gives you way more control. Plus it helps you avoid dumb fights you don't need to take. And then there's surge. You got to know the best spots to get tags early. High hills, towers, even sneaky peaks with red dots. If you wait too long for surge, you're scrambling. But if you plan ahead, you get free damage and move on clean, just like every single pro in the game. Also, don't forget vehicles. Some games, some stuff can save you, like the flying things right now, but if you don't know where they spawn or when to use them, they're just going to get you focused and boxed up. Every rotate should have a plan A, B, and C, and that's how you stay ahead of the lobby. This is where things get tricky for a lot of IGLs. Rotating isn't just run to zone. It's like playing chess. You gotta think about risk, timing, positioning, all while watching your mats and health. Some games you want to rotate early to get center zone and box up. Other times it's better to wait, get tags, and rotate behind other teams. It really depends on your loot, surge situation, and how stacked the lobby is. And when you do rotate, don't just sprint in a straight line like a bot. Look around, think about who's watching you. If you're getting sprayed, build and chill for a second, then change direction. If it's free, take the space and get to a good layer. Layering is super underrated. Being low ground isn't always bad, and being mid doesn't mean safe. You gotta fill the lobby and pick the right height to play based on what's ahead of you. And here's the pro tip most kids don't get: plan 2 zones ahead. Not just where are we going now, but after this zone, where do we go next? If you already have the next rotate in mind, your whole team moves smoother, less panic, less wasted mats, and way better control. Now let's talk about storm surge because it ruins more games than people admit. You could do everything right: great drop, good mats, clean rotates, and still die if you're under surge. So here's the move. You always want to get your tags early, like before the chaos hit of the match hits. If you land somewhere safe with no early fights, you better have a plan to get damage. Maybe there's a hill nearby you can tag rotating teams, or maybe don't loot fast and push a weak team that's alone. Just don't wait until it's too late. Scrambling for surge in 4th zone is a disaster, and make sure your fragger has good angles. If you're boxed up and trying to tag, let him peek while you hold edits. Help him get clear shots. If he's just spraying randomly or you're peeking together, you're going to end up with low damage and one of you dead. Sometimes it's worth rotating early just to scout. Even if you don't tag anyone, you get info. Knowing where other teams are set up, you can look for smarter surge fights later. That's what good IGLs do. They plan for surge just like another part of the route, not some panic moment. Midgame is where most teams fall apart though. It's not super intense like spawn fights or moving zones, so people kinda just autopilot. But as an IGL, this is where you have to lock in. If you rotate into a good spot early, claim that space, don't just sit in a 1v1 box like a bot, expand, watch rotations, get info, and control your area. Even if you don't take a fight, being active helps. And while you're chilling, think about materials. Are you overbuilding? Are you going to have enough for endgame? If not, maybe it's time to find a safe spot and farm again. And pay attention to the lobby. Are people dying fast? Are there teams fighting near you? That stuff tells you how the endgame is going to go. If the lobby's full, you know it's going to be stacked and hard to rotate. If it's already dead, you might have more space. That info helps you plan your next move. And please don't randomly ego fight in a full trio mid-game unless it's free. A lot of games get thrown by teams thinking they're better than they are. So stick to the plan, get positioning, and keep your mats up. That's how you get to the endgame without being scuffed. Now, endgame. This is where everything comes together. Endgame is fast, chaotic, and sweaty. But if you've been leading well all game, your trio should be ready. You gotta know what layer you're playing, low, mid, or high, and you gotta make that call fast. Low is good for mats and refreshes, mid is more chill but sketchy, and high is straight up risky unless you own it. When you're tarping, don't just build blindly. Think about direction. Think about dead side. If zone pulls left, you should already be pre-building that way. If a layer is stacked, maybe go up or drop down. Don't tunnel into a full trio unless you're trying to box fight and moving. Usually it's not worth it though. Also, use pauses. If you have a good tarp and no one's around, wait for zone. Save mats. Let other people waste their builds and then move. Playing smart like this is how you survive without going full panic mode in your endgames. And most importantly, don't just yell and confuse your team. If you're calm, they're calm. If you start freaking out, they stop listening. Clear comms are everything, like front, left, go. One box here, hold, we chill. Short and snappy, that's how you win games. And good IGLs also make smart calls. Great IGLs make smart calls that people actually listen to. If your comms are messy and confusing, your team's gonna get lost. So speak clearly, don't mumble, and don't overcomplicate stuff like I do when I'm reading these scripts. Keep it short and give it direction. Also, your energy matters more than you think. If you're mad, everyone feels it. If you stay positive, the squad vibes are way better, and people play more confidently. That's why you see pros move up a lot, because they don't match personalities well. And hype up your teammates during the game, not just after. Like if your fragger gets a kill, say huge, good stuff, or something to keep morale high right as they do it. And let your teammates have some control too. If your fragger sees a free refresh, let him go for it. You don't have to micromanage every second. You're leading the squad, but that doesn't mean you're the only one making plays. Remember to trust them because they are your teammates and you all have to work together in order for it to all work out. But here's the truth. You're not going to be a god IGL overnight. It takes reps, and the fastest way to get better is to review everything. Go back and watch every game. Look at where your rotates went wrong, where you wasted mats, or when you could have been better. Be honest with yourself. Also watch the pros. Study Queasy, Seti, Veno. See how they lead. See how they rotate, how they box up, how they stay calm. Don't just copy their moves, understand why they do them. That's how you get smarter. And if you can, record your comms. Hearing yourself back is super helpful. You'll catch stuff you didn't even realize. Maybe you talk too fast, maybe you say a lot. Maybe your calls aren't actually clear. Once you notice it, you can fix it. Even though I know a lot of you guys hate your own voices, recording it and going over it is a very big deal to actually improve at the game. Getting better at IGLing isn't just about grinding ranked. It's about learning, adjusting, and leading with confidence. Your confidence is the main thing with being an IGL. If you're not confident in your team and your ability, most of your fights will go horribly. You got to be confident in your team and your ability and how you can outplay and smart opponents. Remember, you guys got to keep morale high. You have to be locked in at all moments, make the decisions 2 steps ahead like every other pro, and you got to make sure both of your teammates are locked in the entire time. That's the hardest part with a lot of IGLs, is because they're good friends with the people they play with, which means they mess around sometimes and then they end up throwing the tournament or the game just because they just want to have a good time. Yes, having a good time is good, but actually improving at the game and getting a lot better is also important. So maybe you just lock in for one game and then have fun the next. So you guys are still improving, but still enjoying the game and getting better. And once again, I do recommend watching a lot of the pros because they are really good at showing how an actual IGL works. Even if you just listen to their comms while driving somewhere, or you watch a video while you're at school about pros and talking and all of this stuff, it can actually help you guys so much more than you actually think. And yeah, if you really want to become the best IGL in Chapter 6 Season 3, you got to go beyond just saying where to land. You got to think ahead, stay calm under pressure, keep your comms clean, and lead your squad through chaos like it's nothing. It's not easy, but if you commit to it, I swear you'll start seeing your team play better. And if this helped you at all, make sure to drop a like, hit that sub button, and make sure to comment your FORTNITE role, IGL, Fragger, or support, so I know what kind of videos to make next. And if you really want to level up, join the Discord. We've got VOD reviews, teammates, custom games, all that. Links in the description, and of course, use code NOTFLOW in the FORTNITE item shop if you vibe with the content. I appreciate you for watching. Lead smart, play clean. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.